Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. Okay, so I just finished filming the end of my planner lineup for 2026. And that video started at the end of October and now it's the end of November. So I did make a couple changes and that's why I was filming an extra clip. So these are my possible January planners for 2026, the first month. And what I'm deciding right now is if I'm gonna go with the large Laurel Denise or the mini. Now for both sets, I have uncoiled the Laurel Denise planners and put them onto discs. They normally come with like this really pretty antique coil with the whole year in here, but I'm doing a month. I might be able to do 2 months at a time. So I do want to thank everybody who's commented and messaged about taking your coil onto discs. I knew I was not the only one that did that. If you're a disc gal, you just want it where you can pull things in and out easily, and it's just not as easy on the coil. Although the Laurel Denise brand has done a lot to try to make it super customizable with all of their inserts. I just wanted to get mine on disc. Thanks to your comments and messages, I now know I'm not the only one. You gals do this too. Not everybody, but some of you gals do this too. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is kind of flip through how everything's going, because it is the end of November and we are going to be moving to this mini for December to try out. If it doesn't work in the first week or two, I do have December still set up in my big planner, but I will be changing this cover. Now I have a setup video for this planner. This is a big happy planner cover that I put in front of the Laurel Denise planner because it had enough room landscape to fit the planner in there. Right now I have the Passionate Penny Pincher planner in here as well, but if this was taken out, which we'll just do real quickly. You can see that the Happy Planner did cover the entire contents of the Laurel Denise planner, but you do have to watch how you punch it and all that stuff. So let's get this put back in. That was just to show you. So we're going to flip through how everything is going. And then the setup video of this December mini, it did not have the Passionate Penny Pincher planner in it, but I have now since added it in because I want to use it instead of just a horizontal where I was just kind of mimicking the planner anyway. I thought, why not just grab the original with all the little check boxes. So first we're going to go through what I'm in now and how everything's going. So for November, again, this is my big Frankenplanner. It has like all my mess in here. So my stickers, this is a dashboard. This is a sticky note dashboard that I made. And I just have this in front to kind of protect these from the pockets and stuff, from getting stuck on the pages of the pocket, and from these little guys flipping around. So it now just holds as one to turn. And then the first planner in here is the Bible planner. And all the planners I did decorate with this divider. And I was talking about this in the last video, the lineup video. This is not as easy to decorate. Like this one looks okay. It kind of looks like the flowers are supposed to be coming from over here if you cover this up right. And I could cut these off and cut the tab off, and it would actually be a really pretty divider. But I decided to make these custom dividers for the Laurel Denise planner. Now in here, I took out the Dashboard Classic Happy Planner, and it's just because I decided that Nancy was going to work well enough for the Bible, where I write a verse over here and my thoughts over here. Now this was decorated for my kids' homeschool, but what I'm going to be doing today, is printing out this block layout from Laurel Denise's website. It's a free layout printable. I printed this at 110%, but I think it's a little big. So maybe I just go back to 100%, see how it covers part of Saturday. So I'm gonna go back to 100% for the last week of November. But this is a block layout, a teacher layout. And when you open it up, you have Monday through Friday. So that's when the kids have school, Monday through Friday. They don't have school on Saturday and Sunday. So it made sense to grab this, print it out, and pop it into the planner. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. Whether it be in the mini or if the mini starts to make me crazy and I go back to the large Laurel Denise, I will have my December is in here. So I will just have the Nancy for Bible, and then I will have, so here's the Nancy for Bible. I will take out this dashboard, which I still have in, and back here I will put the kids' homeschool block layout. So that's going to be the Bible, and everything's working well for that so far, although I did just change it up. So here's a divider that doesn't really work, and what I'm thinking of doing, probably if I stay in the big, is I will get some kind of cardstock paper to cover this, and then put my divider kind of centered on the paper. Let me grab a piece so we can kind of envision that, visualize. Okay, so here's just a piece of printer paper. It could be cardstock, it could be whatever. I don't have craft paper, but if I did, I could put that there. It's still not quite long enough, but it looks much better. And then I could cut the seam, which I could cut the tab off and cut the seam, maybe just leave Love and Grow, because it's as long as it, well, it could barely fit maybe Teach, you know, and cut the seam and then paper clip this on. And I would cut these off so it didn't look, you know, maybe should we do it? Let's just do it for an example, because I want to see how it's going to work. And I don't, do I have my cardstock over here? Well, we'll do the basic and then I'll grab the real cardstock later. Or maybe we should just do it all, huh? I'll go grab it. It's so funny, I was gone like 10 seconds, but sometimes like going to grab things when you're filming just feels like such a pain. But this is the cardstock that I have. So we're gonna grab a piece of that, pull this paper out. Okay, so this will be clipped on first. And like I said, I know it's not the most beautiful because it shows a little writing over here, but I think we could pull it a little more. We'll just center it as best we can right now. And then let's get this little design ready. So we want to cut off, even though this is pretty right here, we're going to cut it off because we don't want to see those tabs. It really kills the look of like the elegant divider. It just makes it look off too, right? Like it's not supposed to be there, which it's not, but okay, I'm gonna push really hard because this cutter is getting dull. Okay, good. And then we said we're gonna cut to Teach. Let me make sure. It's gonna be really close. I guess we could cut off a little at the bottom. I'm gonna use, for the tab, I'm just gonna use my scissors. That was rough. Those were really tiny scissors. Okay, so let's get the Teach, and we maybe want just a tiny bit above it. We're gonna cut. We can always cut the Teach off if it's not gonna work. Oh, that didn't even cut. Oh, because it's 2 pages. What if we can get this off of the page? Whoops, it's ripping. So I used this in October to cover a divider that I didn't really like. I mean, it was just not for October. It was fine, but not for October. So we actually have 2 layers here. So normally I would just get, but we're ripping it. All right, it's a lot is off. I shouldn't be doing this because I know it's going to rip my divider, like it's getting really thin, but I kind of don't want that back there. So maybe I cut now. Okay, well that did come off. Well, that could have been iffy. I probably should have left it just in case it ripped. I would have been super disappointed, but not surprised because I am crazy like that. Okay, so this is how it looks. So I do think we're gonna cut off Teach because I wanna center it a little better. Or we can cut off a little at the bottom. Maybe we'll do a little both. Actually, I think that's okay. All right. So my choice now is to tape run this on, and then it'll always be together like this if I ever wanted to use it again. And it's not a horrible idea. Maybe we do that. And so if I didn't explain, this is a Happy Planner divider. And what we're trying to do now is see if this could still work if I use the large Laurel Denise, because it's one of the factors of staying in a mini. But honestly, the biggest factor, that got clogged up, the biggest factor of staying in a mini is going to be if I have enough room to write. It's funny, it's not sticking to that. Guess because it was already there. So I'm gonna try to center this. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I mean, it's better than nothing to me. Some of you guys might think it's not better than nothing. You might think nothing is better. You know, like leaving it without a divider is better. Okay, do I do have my nice paper clips, but I was gonna use my regular ones. I don't see what I did with them. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now. But so now that is a divider that can be used, and it's cute enough. It's definitely better than nothing. To me, again, my opinion. So that could be done to all of these. You know, like the fall divider could be turned. It's just so pretty like that. I could put something else in the middle instead of fall. You know, like a paper with something else, some other quote. So anyway, there's things that can be done. I just have to think about it a little more if I'm using the big Laurel Denise. So it is one reason why the mini is super attractive. It was fun and easy to decorate. Okay, it wasn't easy. It was time consuming. It was easy, but it was time consuming. So we went over the Bible planner that's working well. This is my main planner, and I had used it for a little bit as a time blocking planner. But now I'm not going to use it like that anymore. For December, I'm using this vertical Ann as a wellness next to my Passionate Penny Pincher. And I have some Ann budget pages in the back, so I'll show you that. We have wellness with some categories here. My Passionate Penny Pincher. I don't have my budget pages, but I do in this one. I do in both of my January ones. So wellness, Passionate Penny Pincher, budget pages. And that's my main planner. And I do have goals up at the top here that I want to just kind of make any kind of goal, not just wellness goals. So that's main, and then work is the same. And then work for November, which again, I do have December set up in here, but work for November is a Nancy with a left side monthly and a right side monthly. Then we go into the project planner, which is still working really well. I love having all these sections to write in. And then last is the journaling planner. So all of that is working really well, and that's why all of those have made it into my 2026 lineup. The only real question is, and we'll flip through this mini because it's for December. The only real question that I have left is mini or large. So I started setting up this little folder. You know how Jane's Agenda has like the beautiful folder over here? And she puts like the journaling cards, like they pose the journaling cards. Well, this is just a happy planner folder. I also cut a big one down to only have 7 discs, and it went a little further, but it wasn't the right color. So if I found one that was like more neutral, it would work. This says be thankful under here, but I had to kind of pose the cards funny. This is a vellum card that I made and I just taped it in. This has wrong sticker trees and then just a quote. A lot of my stickers are packed, so this is just, it says love this day. It doesn't really make sense, but merry everything and happy always with some snowflakes, comfy and cozy. These match, but that's okay. But it has me thinking about journaling cards, and that's where I grabbed this. This is a 2020 desk calendar. And I thought this Celebrate Today would be really pretty. So what I'm gonna do is cut it off. And I'm cutting this off the same way that I Frankenplanned the Laurel Denise. I'm going in between the dual loop, making sure this is the only one I have. I have 2 here. So I'm going in the dual loop and I'm just gonna clip what's there. And I will trim this off. I just don't want to rip it and have it like really messy. In the dual loop and clipping. In between the dual loop and clipping. Well, I don't miss doing this. And then I'll pull it off. I might need to help it off. Definitely need to help this one off. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now we'll trim it up. And I thought this would be cute for this pocket. Although it's kind of big, huh? If you put it down. Maybe we'll just put it like this in front of the pocket. But each of these, so this is January and it's very, I mean, look how cute that is. These are seasonal. So say for my mini January or my big January, I'll pop in a folder, a journaling card folder, and this will fit in there, and then this will pop out now. So that'll look a lot better than this one that we're working on. Let me put this back so I don't lose it. That's why I'm gonna use this little cute one here. So yeah, this mini has just been really fun to customize and get some cute journaling cards, cute dividers, relatively easy to do, which is what is having me convinced about the mini Laurel Denise instead of the large Laurel Denise, but I'm not completely convinced yet. I think I'm just gonna use double-sided sticky tape here. Because it can be removed if you're careful. I'm just gonna put it here. So this is what it looked like on the other side before I put my journaling cards there. Okay. And do we need one on top? We'll just do one more over here, like in the center, I think. Just right there. All right, so now we have journaling cards, journaling card, little journaling card, big journaling card. Yeah, that's all I wanted to update, but we'll do a quick flip through in case you haven't seen the video on this, but the whole setup video is already on the channel. And I just made this divider with some vellum on top. It's a Happy Planner big divider that I cut down. Also, this little frosted tab is a Dollar Tree cutting mat, reusable cutting mat. I've used these several times to make dividers and different things in my planners. So I just used it for this and to kind of separate from whatever I was gonna have over here from the divider. So then the divider with the vellum paper clipped on, my Bible section, which is a Nancy, verse, and thought. The kids homeschool section, which is the block layout that I printed off of Laurel Denise's website for free. This is an 85% for my computer. I printed at 85% of the original print. Then we have Maine, which I showed you already. The wellness section, which is a vertical Laurel Denise Ann. And then we have the Passionate Penny Pincher. Another journaling card that I made. The back planning pages, which will be like goals for wellness probably. Then we have my work, which is a Nancy that I blocked off with pencil this time. I really liked these simple lines for this month with these decorations. And I have my YouTube over here, which is going to be marked on this calendar. I have my side hustle over here, which is going to be marked on this calendar. So the right side monthly was an upside down and layout. Then we have a project. Now I don't have a small project planner for 2025. They didn't even have them. So for this December 2025, I just used an Ann. I have the 4 sections here for projects, and this is a highlighter here and just decorated. And then my first week, I'm trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 tasks per day to work on my projects. That is in pencil, so it could be erased if it's not gonna work, or it could be like project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, because I have 4 projects, however it's gonna work out. But each day is just gonna have like a little bit of a list of what I did. And I usually wrote what I did on this monthly, but it's pretty small. So I'm thinking I might just write the room or like the project, or it could be the project number if I number these over here. So first project could be like the living room, second project could be the kitchen, etc. So I could put, you know, 1, 2, or whatever there. Maybe a couple of the projects can be on there, 1 and 2. And then I have the journaling planner. Again, I made this divider. Did I talk about this divider? This divider is, oh, I didn't talk about these dividers. This divider is a big happy planner that I cut down that's really pretty. And these are wrong stickers, if I didn't mention that. And this, again, a divider cut down from a big happy planner. And a divider cut down from a big happy planner with a little journaling card that I made. This has vellum on top of the old happy planner divider that I punched the vellum. And this is the journal, main ideas of the day here, things about my kids here, and then this is my little private section, which I did have a cover on this. Instead, I decided to use these 2 dashboards because I can still lift it up to get it out of the way. So if I need to write over here, I can lift it up. If I need to write over here, I can lift it up. So I have 3 little journaling sections. This is only in the mini. I don't have an extra happy planner in the big because I don't need it, or I don't think I need it. So that's decorated and ready to go for the first week of December. And that is the end of the mini, and I just have some note pages back here in case I need to grab them. Oh, I did put the big happy planner folder back here. You can see how it fits better. This could also go into the Laurel Denise large. It just would, only come to here. All right, so I just wanted to jump on from this video about the things I'm considering for December. I am starting in this planner. We'll see how it goes for December, and if I'm not loving it, I'll jump back to the big. But what I'm really hoping that after a week or 2, I will know which of these January planners to use. In the big, because most of these planners are 2026, except for the one, I have it set up for January and February. In the mini, I have it put on the discs for January, but I don't have anything redated. So I will have to come in and redate all of this except my project planner in the mini. And then in the large, I won't have to redate anything except my project planner. So redate 1, redate several, several. So that'll be a factor as well. But if this is super fun and super cute for December and I just love it so much, I'm just gonna redate. But I am kind of hoping I don't love it as much as the big. I don't mind the big, but just look how fun this little guy is. Okay, well that is it for this video. I just wanted to hop on, tell you how everything's working, and the truth is everything is working really well. And then tell you what I'm gonna try for December just to see how the mini works. And then I will let you know. I mean, like, just look how fun this was to like customize. It could still be fun in the big. I just don't think it's gonna be as cute. So I will get back to you on which January planner I'm gonna be using, the big or the mini. And if it is the mini, I think I will keep this cover and just decorate on top of it with stickers. And then in February, I'll pick another cover like this. All right, gals. Okay, so let's just take a quick flip through the updates of this planner. So this cover is from a classic happy planner, and it's a little longer this way than the width of a big happy planner. So I'll show you that. The big happy planner that I had on front was so pretty. This gold leaf is gorgeous. So now I have it back here to protect the Passionate Penny Pincher planner pages. But here we go. We have like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch over here to protect just a little more of the pages in the whole planner. And then this is actually in here really to make it easier to flip around with the Passionate Penny Pincher, to just grab and flip it. And it's kind of contained in here. And then I can see my front and back more easily like that. But back to the cover. It has this copper metallic on here. And so I'm gonna find like a floral or a quote or something to put this way so that 2024 and 2025 is not, you know, sideways. It actually looks okay overall, and it is 2025, so I think it'd be fine. So that was a fun discovery to find that Happy Planner classic planner covers can fit on this mini Laurel Denise on the discs. And all I did was cut off, and it's a little rough. This one I didn't use my cutter for, and this one back here I did. So it's much nicer and much nicer edge. But I cut off where the discs were already punched on this classic cover. And so it will be like this. So again, the Happy Planner is sideways. I can put a sticker there to cover that, or I can just leave it because it's the back cover. But I do want to try to find something for this. But you can see just the copper sparkles. It's really pretty for December, I think, kind of like a snow vibe. I think it might be better for January, but I didn't want to get all my planner covers out again, and I had this one handy. And I think it works well enough with the tone of everything that's going on the inside. So here's the inside with this really cute journaling card that I made out of vellum and wrong stickers with these gorgeous winter snow trees. Actually, there's not snow on them, but they just look really pretty. And then I love this day quote. That's one of the quotes that I still had out. Merry everything and happy always, with some snowflakes, comfy, cozy. A journaling card that I originally had popped on the discs, so that little piece is bending. And I'm gonna put one more here, I think, and maybe something up here if I can find them. So that's what I'm working on. And I did this big journaling card with the pocket still back here if I need it, out of an old wrong pop-up planner that stood on the desk. This is my divider that I made out of the Dollar Tree mat, and it's to kind of protect the journaling cards from like these paper clips being like pulled on it. And it also protects this pretty vellum that is on top of a Happy Planner big divider. And here is the first planner in here. Now this was originally going to be a main planner, and I was going to put some cleaning stuff over here, so it looks a little off. The colors are really pretty, and the stickers are very pretty. But what it's going to be now is a Bible planner. And what I'm going to do is write the verse on this side, and then just like a thought over here, or a reflection of the reading. I also have this list over here where I can write people or places from the week's reading, and I'll probably do main because it's kind of small. I write the verses over here, and they are fitting just fine. I mean, even Obadiah written out fully worked in this little box. You can see the divider hangs off the top a little, but I think that's fine because it still makes it pretty. And I just love these stickers. These are wrong stickers. They turn out so beautifully. And then I have 2 of the Nancy stickers from Laurel Denise, Happy Hanukkah, and then the Hanukkah. The next planner in here, and this is like the learning section of my planner, so it's like a 2-in-1, and this is my kids' homeschool planner, which I've had usually in a notebook. I've done little homeschool planners, but this is a block layout that I printed from Laurel Denise's website for free, and then I punched it and put it on the discs, and it's super cute. It's gonna work because it's Monday through Friday. Works really well. And what I did was we are gonna do something on Sunday this week. We don't usually, and so I put that over here. So Sundays will be over here if I need to, or other things that I need to list. This is not gonna be every week, but we just wanna get a jump start on this next week. And then I had the first day for them, and I'll write everything out in this block layout. This is printer paper that I chose. And I did cut it, not the best, but pretty good overall. And then this is the back page of what is now the Bible planner. This was gonna be the regular planner, and I was gonna do party planning and maybe like a gift list for December. Now this is gonna be something else. It's going to be like people over here maybe, places, or people featured, different study notes or reflections on this back page. So that's the Bible Learning Kids Homeschool Planner. Second planner in here is my main planner. I love this divider. It's from a Big Happy Planner divider, and it says breathe in all the possibility that today holds. It is paper clipped on. And so this was the original decoration for the Bible planner, which is very focused on nature and greenery, no gals. That's what I usually do for the Bible planner. But I was gonna use the Anne as a block layout for the kids homeschooling. What I realized is we don't usually do anything on Sunday or Saturday, so those would have been wasted days. I could have done lists there, it would have been fine. But now that I have that block layout printable, I'm gonna use that. And I like using the horizontal pages for the Bible verses. So over here I just have main events for the month, birthdays, and the holiday. Then for the vertical layout, I will be using this as a wellness. And so I just have my goals up here. I was gonna do a separate goals planner. We'll see in 2026, maybe we'll go back to that. Movement, which is exercise, and then steps on this line, coffee on this line, food, self-care, bedtime, and hours. And that's gonna be on both sides. The one thing that I did want to do while we are together is highlight the two things here. And let's see. I have a paper towel, so I think I'm just gonna use this bookmark here. I want steps to be maybe gray. And this helps it stand out. It helps it show that it's just this line here. Oop, that was not straight. Let's go back over it. Okay, so there, and then I will also do it over here. This isn't the best job, but what I like in the wellness planner is kind of highlighting areas so that I can quickly see where I'm tracking my items. So that is steps. I want to see if that went through. That did not go through to the other side. So I was wondering if it would. And this is just a mild liner. For coffee, I think I'm gonna do brown. Even though I don't really love brown, we do have the pine cones brown here. So I think it could work. Maybe I'll take these pages out real quickly. So anyway, I just want to top this off as a working wellness section here. I'm tracking my coffee just to try to figure out if it's keeping me up more when I have more, if it's having any effects, because I'm not sleeping the best. It also is the hours I keep, I know. I didn't even use the ruler thing. Okay, and then for the last one, we have bedtime and hours down here. And I do think I want to do two different ones, but maybe I'll just do it opposite. The brown for bedtime and the gray for hours. And I'm just gonna try to eyeball it, I think. Whoops, I went over to this section that I don't need to track a bedtime on no day. So it is a little sloppy when you start getting into the planning parts and like highlighting and stuff. I'm sure some people do it super neatly. But I'm just saying it's not gonna look as cute as it did because now it becomes a functional planner. But actually those colors were kind of perfect. They're not super, like the blue might have really popped and thrown off the look is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let me wipe off my bookmark just in case. Not really anything on there. Pop it back on. Was it up one? It might have been up one. No. Okay. So now we have wellness here, and then the goals are on the top here. So everything looks pretty cute. I know the highlighting is iffy, right? I also have a section here where I can write goals or other things that I want to do, like maybe do my nails or something, which I don't do, but maybe I should do over here on the list that I can add to my goals or to some of my self-care down here. I was going to section off each section, but I don't really want to do that. Overall, I'm just going to look at my lines and try to stay in my lines. But we'll see, maybe next month. And then if we lift this whole thing up, because this is the Passionate Penny Pincher Planner, you can see how the back really matched the front there, the decorations. And this is what the back looks like. I am using this as a goals section, and I've just put 4 sections of goals, actually 5 here, and then really a good focus in the middle. So I have wellness section, I have a work section of goals, a side hustle section of goals, friends and family goals, and home goals. So I'll finish it out a little more later this month, but I just fill those in mostly in pencil, and then I'm gonna pull from these sections over here daily to do something for a goal. So I might need to be a little more specific, but what I'm thinking is I'll put like well, and then if I do my nails, I do nails or something. Okay, and then in between here is the Passionate Penny Pincher. This is gonna be a holiday list. I have some gifts in here, some snacks that we do only around the holidays. Okay, so all of that. This is the Passionate Penny Pincher Planner, and I wanted to show you how the monthly turned out. I haven't really planned a lot in it, but I did go ahead and put my kid's birthday on the main monthly as well, even though it's already on the one that you can see all month. And that'll be looked at a lot more. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this monthly, but I did decorate it, and I have to tell you, Passionate Penny Pincher paper is so nice. The stickers move like surprisingly easily. I couldn't believe it because it's slightly smooth paper. I've always had problems with smooth paper. I guess I can feel a little tooth in there. But wow, I have loved decorating it. It always turns out cute, and the stickers move really quickly, very easily. And here's the weekly. So again, we're 2 days before this 30th here. I pulled June out from 2026 because I wanted to start using this early. Look how cute the decorations are. Now I pulled these stickers from a previous decoration from mini happy planners that I decided to take out of the planner. So those I'm not using anymore. Oh, here I have this one decorated too. So I grabbed the stickers out. This is next week. And it just, like, it looks cute, right? Like, still plenty of room to write. Now, I haven't incorporated all of these checklists into my life yet. I still want to do that. And if you haven't seen my videos before, remember, just as I showed you earlier, it's gonna be a clipboard. I'm gonna work Sunday through Tuesday here, flip over for here, and I kind of did that anyway. I flip over to one side at a time and plan in one side at a time. So that's the Passionate Penny Pincher. I have that sectioned off with this planner cover, so it's easy to grab. Whoops, that's upside down. So it's easy to grab and jump to my different sections. So my goal section and my main section. So that is my main. So I have home cleaning and Passionate Penny Pincher. I have wellness in the vertical. I have goals over here. And the next section is my work with this beautiful Happy Planner big divider with that silver on there and the greenery in the background and the wood. I really love it. And this is a horizontal Laurel Denise. Usually looks like this, and I block it off. I put my categories at the top and make it into a work planner, and this is super cute. And you can see I put a post-it over here because I did cover Sunday up, and I need to post something. That video is coming out on Sunday. And everything turned out really cute here too. The decorations are so pretty. Every single one of these is decorated with Wrong sticker book, her winter sticker book. I think it's called Cozy Winter. Super pretty. I love how everything turned out. So the right side monthly again is from the old Anne, and just turned upside down and whited out the dates, redid them, and decorated. So that's for work. Also for work on the back here, I made 4 sections. One is for each YouTube channel and one is for my side hustle. And I just put stats and stuff here for the YouTube channel, watch time, subscribers. And for this, I'm not sure what I'll do. And then we have this cute journaling card and this beautiful Happy Planner Big Divider. And we go into the project planner. Now the project planner for 2026, I will be using the Rose, which is a 4-column layout, and I have that in here. So it looks like this. We have the big boxes over here and 4 columns over here. But I don't have that for 2025. They just came out with it in 2026. So for 2025, for my project planner, I just made 4 columns over here myself with a marker. And I'm using a vertical and. And so I'm just thinking each day I'm gonna either work on one of each project, like I'll number these. So maybe do something for each project, or say 1, 2, 3, 4, or I just do 4 things for the day. Try to. And then over here I'm gonna write which project I'm working on. So if I'm working on project 1 and 3, 2 and 4, however I'm gonna do that. That's a little project planner. It turned out really cute for decorations. Super pretty. And the extra planning pages, like really pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. Okay, so the last planner in here is my journaling planner. And this is a Happy Planner Big Divider with Walmart vellum punched on top, a little journaling card that I made, Shine Just Like the Stars and Shine Bright. It's paper clipped on. And this is what this monthly looks like. So this is my journaling. So I wanted it to be cute, but it didn't have to be like maybe as cute. This is like never gonna be seen again, as I wanted to show it to you guys. Because once it's starting to have my thoughts in there, like nobody wants to see it anyway. But what I'm doing with the journaling is I'm writing main thoughts here, things with my kids over here, like if we went on an outing, if they got a sponsorship, anything like that. I did a lot of Nancy's Hanukkah stickers on here and finished off with the Wrong One stickers. And then back here I have these 2 mini Happy Planner dashboards. The first one is just protecting this divider. I do have a bookmark in here, and this is what the weekly looks like. And this weekly is just gonna be like my private thoughts, like more, not necessarily about my family or my kids, but like maybe how I'm feeling with my hormones, with my relationships, things like that. So it's gonna be like a little private journal, and it's a mini horizontal Happy Planner from 2020. So it has this cute monthly, which will also have a private thought. Over here, I'd like to put like a thought of the day, like outing with the boys, lunch with mom, something like that on the monthly. And then write a little more detail with the boys. And then again, this will be relationship or some of like, I don't know, maybe emotional stuff, maybe hormonal stuff on this monthly. And then emotional, relationship, whatever on this little private journal. As always, I have the back, and what I like to do with the back, I do have this other Happy Planner dashboard to just kind of make it easy to flip. So I can flip it this way. If I want to flip it over, flip it this way. If I want to get to my week, open to the bookmark. Just made it like super easy to access everything. And back here, let's say my general day did not have enough room on this 30th. I will come over here and put November 30th and finish my thought and maybe like box it off. Maybe I want to do December 4th and finish my thought. So that's what I use this back page for journaling. It just gives me a little extra room in case I didn't get my thought finished. That's the last planner in here, and I just have some of the regular note pages back here from Laurel Denise. And then I have some Post-its back here, and then I moved my stencil back here. So this is all set up for December. I'm going to use it this entire month. I'm actually really excited about it. I hope it goes well in a way, and then I kind of hope I miss the big, because I have all 2026 planners are in big. I don't have 2026 planners in mini except the project planner, the Rose. So I'll be doing a lot of redating, but it's so fun and cute that I just don't know. We'll see how it goes. As long as everything fits, I might jump into a mini, gals. I don't know. It also depends on how the redating gets to me. But I have plenty of cover options with Happy Planner Classic covers that I can cut down and make covers. The only cover I personally have from Laurel Denise in the minis is this one. this is all that was left for the clearance. Everything else sold out. This green cover, which is actually a really pretty cover. This is set up for January, and I'm gonna do some kind of pattern on the front to make it a little cuter for January, but I love the green with the blue discs there. But I didn't want to do that for every month, so now I have other options if I go to the mini. But we'll see, gals. All right, so I just wanted to flip through and show you all of the pages, everything that's been done and updated and switched around. That is it for this video. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tamara the Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.